Welcome to MMO Grinder Sidequest, where I take a look at early open or closed betas, subscription trials, and simpler titles, giving you a quick first impression. Today I'll be looking at Atlas Reactor, a turn-based multiplayer arena game by Trion Worlds, with a few tricks to set it apart. The game is still in early closed beta stages, and this video was recorded during the past weekend's freely accessible beta test, so don't expect anything I say here to stick permanently. But if Trion's development of Trove is any indication, you can probably carry that philosophy up to a few months past its launch as well. Either way, let's begin. The game's graphic style plays a very stylized future techno-industrial world with character designs that look very reminiscent of games like WildStar and, much more reflectively, Borderlands. So much so that I keep trying to find out if the same artist worked on this game. Despite the game not exactly pushing any graphic boundaries and sticking more with a stylistic approach, I found plenty of places where the frame rate would just completely tank, most notably within the final few steps of the tutorial. I went through it twice, just in case my PC was running too many things at the time, but I got the exact same drop in the frame rate in the exact same spot. I'm pretty sure they'll get the issue resolved, as I've seen Trove's performance has improved drastically since the last time I played it. Just something to note. Matches for the most part, though, seem smooth. To further the design aesthetic of the game, the soundtrack also follows a techno-industrial standard, with plenty of electronic tones punctuated by heavy amounts of bass. The sounds of battle can easily overtake a lot of it, though, especially as the tracks playing during matches are far more muted than the character select in the title screen. Each character attack also has voice taunts for a bit of added charm.
You hide, he'll see.
That tickles.
Shakalaka boom, shakalaka.
I've had worse.
Explaining just how this game works will seem a bit odd, and even the tutorial doesn't do the best job of explaining all the nuances. It's a turn-based grid strategy game that has each turn play out in real time. You choose one action, or more if you have any free actions, and a place to move to in each turn. Actions are then carried out in order during the 4 phases of prep, dash, blast, and move. Your action will take place on the phase that it corresponds to, so to make matters somewhat more easier to grasp, if your action is labeled as a prep action, usually a buff or a heal, your character will cast it first thing, along with any other characters who've chosen it. If it's a dash action, usually related to movement, it'll carry out after all prep actions are complete. Blast actions, which are nearly always attacks, occur after the dash phase, and after all actions are carried out, you move to the location that you've chosen. With this system, you might line up a shot on an opponent for the blast phase, only to have them run out of the way during the dash phase. But if you predict this movement, you can alternatively set up a trap for them in the prep phase, causing them to potentially damage themselves if they attempt a dash maneuver. Confused? Yeah, so was I. Didn't really help that the game tossed me into a PvP match and randomly assigned me a character that I didn't choose immediately after leaving the tutorial. As you can see, this match was a bit of a mess. Once you get your head around it and understand what this all can entail, you have one hell of an intriguing strategy game that requires not only knowledge of your own moves, but the moves of all your opponents, your teammates, the layout of the map, and even predictions of your enemy's behavior. I can see a lot of thrilling moments playing out with this kind of system, as much as I can picture an equal amount of moments of screaming frustration. I highly suggest running the game in solo mode until you at least understand how it all works. If the global chat is any indication of what this game will be like when it's going live, I can expect a lot of angry shouting matches going on in here too. Already monetized without granting full access, Trion is taking the League of Legends approach to character purchases, allowing you to spend a ton of in-game cash earned through matches on new characters, depending on how new they are, as well as the ability to buy them outright with cash shop currency, while a selection will likely be on a free rotation. Alternate options seem to be costumes and taunts. I didn't really delve too far into it, and again, these things might change with time. While the competitive market and the MMO market certainly haven't seen too many of these kinds of games, it's not exactly devoid of them either, with games like Arena Clash of Champions and Shadowrun Chronicles. While Atlas Reactor certainly stands out from the two, currently it lacks the immediate ease of understanding that's present in Arena and the cooperative strategic dungeoneering of Shadowrun Chronicles. Atlas Reactor's world seems rife with story and lore, and adding cooperative strategic story missions, and not just a pure PvP arena focus, could make all the difference. The game could certainly be something to watch out for, if the market takes to something this unique, of course. This has been an MMO Grinder Sidequest, and it's time I logged out.